Welcome and hello to Eat Well with Parkinson's, the cooking and nutritional program filmed here at LTV. Each month we join to provide important nutritional information, cooking instruction, and delicious, nutritious, and easy recipes that you can make in the comfort of your own home. I'm Sarah.
And I'm Paula.
And we'll be your host today. It's great to see everyone. And Paula, how are you?
I'm good. A little hot.
It is hot,
Kevin's
yeah.
making us hot here, and the outside is nice and beautiful, so we can't complain, I guess. It's the best way to say it.
I just want to give a shout out to our incredible live audience. We have
Yes.
doubled our numbers. Thank you for being here today. It's so much fun. What are we talking about today, Paula?
Today we're talking about optimal weight management, malnutrition, and weight loss. So we're trying to get people to understand eating healthy to try and prevent malnutrition and weight loss.
So when I hear optimal weight management, I usually think of weight loss like I'm trying to lose weight or I'm trying to diet, but I don't think that's what you're talking about here.
No, actually I'm talking about maintaining our weight and maintaining our muscle mass and maintaining our appetite. There's so much that goes on with Parkinson's disease that challenges our appetite and our intake and our muscle movements and things like that. So we have to make sure you're eating to maintain this health and well-being.
And what's the difference between weight loss and malnutrition? Can you use those phrases interchangeably?
A little bit, but really we look at, unfortunately, as we age, we all lose muscle mass, and as we exercise, we try and hold on or gain that muscle mass. When we're really depleted with weight, and we're really depleted in eating, and we lose weight and those things go down, then that's more a case of malnutrition. There's physical signs that we see when someone's malnourished, and it's prolonged eating poorly. So what we try and do is we try and set people up so they eat healthy, and they eat 5 to 6 small meals a day to try and make sure they're getting in nutrition. And we usually call it mini meals. We don't want people to think that I want you to be snacking and eating potato chips or things like that. We want to make sure you're eating healthy mini meals that have good sources of protein, good source of a fruit or a vegetable or starch, just to try and get in that nutrition, realizing that sometimes we have food apathy where we don't feel like eating or doing much of anything. Sometimes we have taste changes or swallowing changes, or sometimes our body's movements cause us to metabolize foods a little bit faster too. So we want to make sure we're eating to really maintain that muscle mass or to gain back weight or really to maintain our weight.
So one of the strategies of eating well to maintain an optimal weight is to eat several small nutrient-dense mini meals throughout the day.
Yes, that's the key.
All right. Is that what we're making today?
So we're actually focusing on breakfast. We're going to do a breakfast class. We're going to do a snacking class type of thing. So today we're focusing on breakfast. We're trying to get you started right out of the morning to try and eat healthy.
And I will also say we love breakfast for dinner, so it doesn't just have to be a breakfast, correct?
Yes, and these are also things that we like also to really promote you trying to eat foods that you like to eat, but eat good nutrient-dense foods and kind of prep ahead to try and make sure you have things when you don't feel like cooking or no one's around to assist or help you.
All right, should we get started?
Sure. So we're going to make some egg frittatas or egg muffins today.
Okay.
We're using half recipes because half of the recipe is already made for you. So today we're going to Sarah's going to get 5 eggs ready. We're going to have 5 eggs.
I'm your sous chef.
Yes, you're sous chef today. So she's gonna beat up 5 eggs. So what I like to do is I like those small pans. It's in the oven heating up now. So I like to have you heat your pan so it starts cooking the minute the eggs hit the pan. I like the small muffin pans. We use 5 eggs for 6 muffins. So it kind of balances out so you can make some to have this morning and then you can make some to have another day or two or even a snack in the afternoon.
So we're halving the recipe right now. If someone at home is watching, where can they find the recipes and all the information that we're talking about today?
So all our recipes are on our website, and they also have a really good nutrition one sheet of nutrition information of everything we talked about today just to reinforce and so you can remember what we're talking about.
What is the website?
Great question. We can actually maybe put it up on the screen. I think there's maybe the QR code. It'll be in the credits.
It'll
for
be
sure.
at the end.
It
Yeah.
will definitely be at the end. You'll be able to access our website and the QR code to take you right to the Eat Well with Parkinson's website. So thank you for that question.
Okay.
All right.
So
we're-
to the eggs, we're going to add cottage cheese, and
Okay,
then
let me grab. I need a teaspoon.
okay. So to the eggs, we're going to add cottage cheese. tomato, spinach, and feta cheese today, and some onions, but you can make any combination. If you like broccoli and cheddar, if you like low sodium ham and Swiss, you can do that, or you can do anything that you have left over in the refrigerator that you really like onions and
We've got
peppers.
some spices.
Okay, so
Salt and
there's some
pepper.
garlic, salt and pepper, and a little bit of Italian seasoning.
Okay, and what are these, Paula?
Those are onions. I just sauteed them to take the bite away. Sometimes people say they are bothered by raw onions, so I thought we'll give them a head start by cooking them. So I'm gonna grab the muffin tin out of the oven.
And the greens go in as well, Paula?
Yeah, that's spinach, okay? So we also try and use seasonal and local vegetables and fruits. So right now we're local, we have local spinach. So this is really hot.
Okay.
We're going to take the spray and use it and give it a good douse of it. So I'm not a big fan of using these aerosols, but I like them in some things just because it really coats things well.
All right, so we've got the veggies, the eggs, the ricotta cheese.
Okay, you can actually
Spices.
just pour this in. And then we're gonna top it with a little of the local feta.
So I know you had all the veggies prepped in advance, but this was really quick and easy.
Yeah, and you can do that. You can cut up an onion and put it in your freezer in little containers. You can cut some red peppers. The spinach even, taking some baby spinach leaves. Okay, you wanna put the feta on it, that would be great. Okay.
What temperature do you have the oven set at?
We have it set at 350.
Okay.
This made a little extra, so we'll just leave it for next time. We have it set for 350 and it's gonna be about 20 minutes. This feta actually is from one of the local farms out on the North Fork. I had the pleasure of going to the North Fork yesterday and doing some shopping of the local ingredients.
All right, so 350 for about 20 minutes, and how do you know when they're done? They go sort of nice and brown on the top?
They're nice and brown on the top and they puff up as well. Hold on a minute, stop. Okay. I just have to change the oven temperature. Sorry.
Here, you want to get started with the chicken?
Yes.
And I'll figure out the oven for you.
Okay, so this is a recipe that's really easy to make. I really like sausage flavors for breakfast, but I don't like the sausages that are available in the grocery store. They're full of nitrates, they're full of sodium, they're full of additives and fillers. So I like to make my own sausage, and I found when I started making this for some of our other classes, I found I really enjoyed the flavors. And when we think of sausage, we think of sage, we think of fennel, we think of red pepper. So that's what's in this sausage mix. The other thing I have in it is I have some apples in it. So you want to heat this up for me?
You got it.
I have some apples chopped up. The recipe calls for 1 apple per 1 pound, but I actually put a little bit extra in because I really like the sweetness that the apple brings, and it also softens the dish. So you can actually use two apples if you have them. Okay. So this is apples. This is that fennel seed.
Can you put it underneath so we can see it?
Oh,
Thank you very much.
Yeah, I can't figure it out.
We are so bad with this oven. Wait,
It's locked. I'm not sure how to unlock it.
okay. So, you want me to move here?
Yeah, thank you.
All right.
We can see what you're doing.
Okay. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank
Lovely.
you. Okay, so there's my fennel seed. This is my rubbed sage. And then I have some red pepper and some garlic. Okay.
This is a mystery.
It does say lock.
You
You can see it.
Clear as a
Oh,
bell.
did I do it?
Maybe
Yay,
you
there
held
we
it
go.
down. I think that
Well
was
done.
it. That was it.
All right, success. I'll trade you. Can I ask you a couple of questions while you start to
Sure.
put together the sausage patties?
Okay, so I have all the ingredients, and I'm just gonna put a little salt and pepper to
Okay.
taste as well. But you can ask me a question.
All right. One of our participants wrote to me with a question in advance of the show. and wanted to know, we are making high protein meals because you mentioned earlier in the show that it's important to eat plenty of protein. They ask, can that actually interfere with Parkinson's medication? And if so, do you have any recommendations on what they should do?
So that's a great question. One of the things is we want to make sure you are understanding yourself and how your medication works with you. So if you're taking medication like levodopa for tremors and you have a morning when you need to do things and get things set up and you feel better with your medication, we say that you have a low protein breakfast like some oatmeal and berries or some toast and cheese or peanut butter, but save the eggs or the sausage or other items for about an hour after you take your medication. And if you find that doesn't work, you just need to discuss with your doctor or your therapist what is the best ratio for you. Because what happens is the protein interferes and competes with the levodopa for absorption in the body. So you want to make sure you're not taking the medication at the same time as the protein. Okay, so these are all mixed up and ready to go. And I'm going to take my scooper, I'm going to heat up the pan, and I'll take my scooper and I'll scoop some out. Okay.
Looks great.
Okay, but I have some, we have a little bit of time, so we'll heat this up and then we'll go to our next question. Did you have another question for me?
I do. So we're talking about eating more frequent mini meals to help gain weight or to maintain an optimal weight. Do you have other suggestions of other small nutritious meals that people can make at home?
Yeah, so I do love like the yogurt parfait with the nuts and seeds and fruit. Okay, or the avocado toast with the scrambled egg on top of it, or even some hummus and vegetables, or even just like a half a sandwich, a cup of soup. So what the whole point is, we're trying to say that when we don't really feel like eating a lot, we try and say we still want to get you the volume of the larger meal. So we say have it smaller. So have half a sandwich, have 2 ounces of protein like our chicken instead of the 4 ounces that we would want you to get. So have protein at each meal, but break it down and make sure it's not interfering with your meds, but make sure it's also you're getting enough during the day. So by having these mini meals that we try and focus on nutrition by having some protein, having some fruit or vegetable or a starch, we kind of set ourselves up to getting the same volume over 5 to 6 meals instead of that 3 meals. Okay, so snacking or eating these mini meals is actually good because we want to make sure you feel good when you're eating, but we don't want you to get frustrated or bored or you don't feel like eating, so we want to just set you up for like a smaller, healthier treat.
That sounds great. And I know on the informational sheet that you created, there are suggestions on other mini meals and even schedules during the day of when you can incorporate
Oh,
these
that's a
mini
great
meals.
point.
Yeah.
I forgot about that. So you almost have to take your cell phone or take a timer and make sure you set it up. So if I have some breakfast between 7 and 8, by 10 to 11, I'm thinking about what's my mini meal going to be. And then from 11, I think, okay, 1 or 2 o'clock, what's my mini meal going to be? And then from 1 o'clock, 4 o'clock, and then like a 6 or 7 o'clock dinner. So really balancing out, so you're thinking about it and planning it out and having those really easy to incorporate into our day kind of food items as well. We want to make sure you have these food items and you have things available because, you know, it kind of gets tedious to try and be cooking all the time. So if you prep ahead, that's a great way to get things in as well.
Okay.
Can you
Awesome.
go over the rest of the ingredients again? Because we
Sure.
got distracted.
Oh, okay. So this sausage is a sweet sausage. It has some apple in it, so you can use any apple you like. So it's this is half, the recipe is 1 pound of meat and 1 apple. Take the skin off, chop it up fine, and then the spices of sausage. Sage, fennel, a little bit red pepper for a little spice if you like spice, and just salt and pepper. So it's a very simple recipe. You just mix it all together and then you just make some sausages. And a portion would be about two sausages. So I use my ice cream scoop and I scoop some sausages out.
And this is turkey.
This is turkey. You can use chicken as well. And I make these once a week because I'm on the go and I want to make sure I have some healthy protein and I want to, you know, maybe leave something for my husband to eat as well. But
Can you freeze them?
You can freeze them, but I don't think they'll last that long.
Okay.
Okay.
It's smells delicious already.
Okay.
A little bit of olive oil.
Yes, a little bit of olive oil and the hot pan works the best. Okay. Now I'm just going to check on the eggs.
All right, I'll keep an eye on the,
Okay, so those are
actually,
still
this
cooking.
might be a great time, Paula. What do you say? Shall we go to Believe It or Not?
Sure.
All right, let's go to Believe It or Not.
Would you like to try my strawberry mousse?
No, it's really good.
What do you think?
That's really good.
That's good.
I don't know
Very
if the volume
refreshing.
is really working.
Ooh, that's really good.
Can you describe the taste?
It kind of tastes nutty, kind of. Is it in like I think yogurt or I think yogurt and nuts
Barbecue or
maybe?
clock isn't working
it's like-
either.
I'd say refreshing and light.
It's got a good strawberry taste.
It's very light.
So I love that I can actually really taste the strawberry in it because that for me is a big deal.
Would you believe it has cashews in it?
I think it tastes amazing, and I definitely would make this at home for sure.
I feel I feel a little bit of the cashew, but I wouldn't have put that all together.
So believe it or not, it has cashews in it
Ooh.
and lemon juice and some coconut oil.
Nice.
It's whipped cashews to give you that extra protein and
Wow.
creamy texture.
No, it's really good. I like it. Great for the summer.
That's really smart because I wouldn't have known that was in there. I would just think it was, just fruit and probably some dairy.
Yeah, it's actually non-dairy and it's actually good for you.
That's great. I love it.
Take another taste.
It's going on for another.
All right, we're back. So believe it or not, this month you made some strawberry mousse, Paula, and I sampled it beforehand. It is delicious.
Okay, so the secret ingredient in the strawberry mousse is, this time of year is great. It's May, June. It's local strawberry time. I was actually in the strawberry patch yesterday picking strawberries for this dessert. So it's strawberries pureed with cashews. Cashew makes like a really nice whipped cheese, almost like a ricotta consistency. A little bit of lemon, a little bit of maple syrup for sweetness, and a little bit of vanilla. 10 minutes. Okay.
All right,
Okay.
and they're delicious, so we'll be able to sample some in just a minute.
Okay.
How are we doing over here?
We're doing pretty good.
Thank you.
We're doing pretty good. Okay.
So you talked about some of the reasons people living with Parkinson's disease might experience weight loss, changes in bowel movements or gut health, difficulties swallowing, food apathy, loss of appetite. And I know when we do other episodes, we're going to talk about some of these issues specifically. But do you have other advice that addresses some of these issues in terms of maintaining an optimal weight?
I think the most important thing is to know yourself and know how your clothes fit. Sometimes we have a winter and summer clothes. We're a little more active at different times. Our clothes fit a little bit better in the summer. But it's really important to really be in touch with your doctor, be in touch with your weight. I don't like to focus on weighing someone every day or doing that, but I like to make sure that you have the opportunity to see what's going on, okay? And we also want you to get you want to take those out? So we
They're
can-
not done yet.
Oh,
Bring out the
yeah,
done ones?
Yeah, sure. I also like people to really think of, trying to get some exercise in, because exercise, going out in the sunshine, going out in the fresh air, that also promotes a healthy appetite. And that's what we're really trying to do. We're trying to get you engaged and doing things. We have a lot of Parkinson's programs that we do. And one of the things we really want to make sure is that you are in tune with your body and in tune with how you're feeling. Okay? And hopefully you have a healthcare partner that can help you and can help encourage you to eat. Maybe help with some of these cooking the meals. Sometimes, yeah.
Make it social?
That's why we
Make it
make
fun?
make it social, make it fun. But that's why we make ingredients and recipes that are really simple. So these are our muffins that came out from the oven that we prepped ahead of time, and we really want to make sure that you see how easy this is to do. So this is a 27-minute segment, and we finished everything in about 20 minutes with 2 recipes.
A little bit of extra time.
A little bit extra time.
Are there any questions from our audience?
Put it underneath so we can see.
Oh,
Yeah, let me grab them. You got it.
Okay. Okay, so we can put those right here. So these were prepped ahead just to have them ready. Okay.
The egg frittatas look delicious.
Okay. Okay. And these are still cooking. But like I said, I like to make these on a weekly basis. The hotter the pan, the crispier they look. So these ones were a little bit crispy as well. And the point is just to try and make things that are tasty, make things that you are interested in eating, and make things that have a lot of flavor. Sometimes when we have
Our producer is giving us feedback.
sometimes when we have food apathy or we really don't feel like doing much of anything, we have to have colorful things that come out of the oven, like the spinach, like the strawberries, and things that kind of are really tasty to try and make sure we're enticing a good appetite. How is that?
Delicious.
I guess I get this one too. Okay.
A little bit of sweet from the apple.
Yes, and that's why I said
So
it.
good.
I also recommend amending the recipes, and if you really like sweet, to kind of put two apples in it. And you really taste that sausage. Remember that sausage spices are the sage, the fennel, and the red pepper.
Delicious.
Great.
Yeah.
How many minutes per side are you cooking the sausage, or how many do you stop?
Good question.
I do it for about 3 to 5 minutes. These were a little bigger than these ones, so they're taking a little bit longer. Okay. But these are great for a family. They're great for like a Sunday, but they're also just great for eating on the
Healthy
fly
snack.
when you're hungry. Healthy snack.
Awesome. Thank you, Paula.
Anything else we missed?
Next week, yeah.
What's the first topic?
Oh,
What is
should
the
we sample the
frittata?
frittata?
Yes.
Okay.
We should really.
We have a question in the audience.
I'm
Okay.
gonna sample it.
Are you suggesting do not eat lunch and just have mini?
Oh, good question.
Well, we're
Can you
not.
repeat the question just in case?
Yeah, so the question from the audience is, are you suggesting not to eat lunch? Okay, what I want you to think about is I want you to think about the whole day as just having mini meals every 3 to 4 hours. So lunch gets put in there around 11 to 1, because if we start at 7 or 8, about 3 or 4 hours later is about 11 or 12. So that could be your lunch. And if you want to have typical lunch foods, a great idea would be half a sandwich with a cup of soup, or some turkey or Swiss rolled up, and a few carrots and celery and some hummus, okay? Or even just a nice big yogurt parfait. So I like to get away from always eating, these are breakfast foods, these are lunch foods. I want you to say these are healthy, nutrient-dense foods, and you can enjoy them any time of day. Okay.
Love it. So next month, we will be talking about gut health, which is a hot topic, so we hope you will join us and tune in again. Remember that you can find the recording to this show, as well as our recipes and all of our information on our website, which will appear at the end with our credits.
Okay.
And are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right. Remember, eating well tastes great. See you later. Thank you.